Chapter 1. The Box That Bit Back. The day began the way most days begin when you are small and the world belongs to someone else. Warmth first, milk second, noise always. I was pressed into my mother's side, Sabrina, the white one with the black patch like a bruise she never apologized for. Her ribs rose and fell under my cheek, a steady rule. Breathe with me and you'll keep existing. My brother Coco was somewhere nearby, probably yelling at air. He did that. He acted like the universe was late delivering him his destiny. Me, I liked the quiet parts. Not because I was scared, just because quiet meant you could hear the important things. Honey, the long-haired one, watched us like she'd been hired by the house. She didn't mother us. She didn't need to. She carried herself the way the couch carried itself. Permanent, annoyed, in charge of absolutely nothing, and still convinced otherwise. Humans moved around us, and we learned them the way you learn weather. Their steps, their voices, their moods. They thought they owned the place. Cats are polite enough to let humans believe that. I remember Sabrina cleaning my paws one by one with the seriousness of a ritual. She didn't do it because I was dirty. She did it because it made me her son, again and again every day. Sometimes I felt like her licking was a message. You are you. You are still here. Don't forget it. I didn't have words for that. I didn't have words for anything. I had scent and heat and the shape of the room, and that was plenty, until it wasn't. Because humans started doing the thing they do when they're about to change your entire life. They began speaking in clipped voices, keys, bags, strange pauses. The air tasted different, like pennies, like something unsaid. Sabrina noticed before anyone else, of course. She held her body tighter, her tail wrapped closer. She stopped lounging in the open. When she slept, it was with one ear awake. A cat can be asleep and still listening. Humans can't do that. They have to choose. One day a stranger came. The stranger smelled like outside. Not like fresh air. Like other rooms that weren't ours. Like carpets we'd never claimed. Like a future we hadn't agreed to. Sabrina watched from under a chair. Her eyes did that thing, wide but still sharp, like a knife reflecting light. I didn't understand what was happening. I only knew the humans were looking at me differently, the way they look at objects they're about to move. Someone reached for me, not roughly, not cruelly, but with intention. I wriggled anyway. That wasn't a decision. That was physics. Then the box appeared, a hard box. A box that smelled like old fear and disinfectant, and the last animal that had been trapped inside it and hated everything about it. They set it down and opened its mouth. Cats understand mouths. We don't trust them. The humans made soft sounds, the ones that mean please be easy. I was feeling something then. Yes, feeling. Because even cats feel, we just don't decorate it with speeches. It wasn't sadness. It was the sudden sense that the room had shifted a fraction and my paws didn't know where the floor would be next. Sabrina didn't come over. She didn't rub against me and cry like humans think mothers do. She just stared. And the stare said, remember your own smell. Remember how to be alive. Do not beg. Then hands took me. I went into the box. The door snapped shut. And that sound, metal and plastic clicking together, was the first real lie I ever heard. Because the humans acted like it was temporary. But everything changes after a door like that. The box lifted. My stomach lifted with it. The world tilted and lurched as they carried me. I could hear Sabrina behind me, not moving, not chasing, not pleading. She didn't need to. She knew the rules. When the universe wants to steal something, it doesn't ask permission. I could smell Coco somewhere, sharp kitten scent, confusion, a little anger. Honey stayed silent. Honey always stayed silent when it mattered. She had a talent for being absent while present. Then the outside hit. Cold air, car smells, oil and rubber. A huge moving beast crouched in the driveway waiting. They put my box inside it. And the beast came alive. A roar, a vibration, a shaking that went through my teeth. My body flattened instinctively. My claws tried to grab the floor of the box, but the floor was a cheap grid of plastic that didn't care. The car moved. The car moved. And I learned very quickly that humans are insane. They build monsters and then sit inside them like it's normal. They put soft music on. They drink from cups. They talk casually while the ground hums and the world bends. I tried to orient myself by scent, by sound, by the pressure of turns. Left turn, right turn, stop, go, time stretch, time shrank. And then, quiet. The monster died down. Hands lifted the box again. New air, a different neighborhood of smells, less familiar human, more sharpness, paint, detergent, something like old toast. They carried me into a room. The box opened. Light hit my eyes. A new human crouched in front of me. Bren. He didn't smell like fear. He smelled like plans. Like someone who had prepared. There was a bowl ready, water, food. A blanket placed carefully as if someone had tried to imitate comfort from a diagram. Bren spoke softly. I didn't understand the words, but I understood the shape of his voice. Not predator, not chaos. A human trying to be acceptable. I stepped out slowly. My paws touched unfamiliar floor. I walked the perimeter first. Always the perimeter. You don't start in the middle. Only stupid animals start in the middle. Bren didn't grab me. He didn't crowd me. That mattered. Humans can be trained if they want to be. The room was smaller than my old world. It had walls that felt final, but it also had quiet. It had predictable corners. It had a window where I could see a slice of the outside without being swallowed by it. That first night, I ate. Not because I trusted him, because the food was there. I slept too eventually. Curled tight, nose and tail, half my brain awake, because half my brain had already learned the lesson. Nice hands can still move you. The first week passed like that. Bren and I negotiated. Humans think love is something that arrives suddenly. Cats know love is an agreement you renew every day. He fed me on time. I didn't shred his furniture. He sat near me without forcing. I allowed him to exist close enough to matter. Some nights I lay on the bed, not too close, close enough to feel the heat of his body through the blanket. Warmth is a language. 2 weeks in, I almost believed the room was mine. Almost. And then Bren did something strange. He put something on my feet. Greasy, slick. A smell like milk but heavier. Butter. Humans have rituals too, except theirs are often stupid. He laughed softly like he was being clever, and he held me a moment, rubbing it in. I did not like the feeling. I lifted one paw and shook it, offended. Not emotionally, offended physically. It was wrong texture, wrong rule. He set me down in the hallway with the door behind us closed, as if that made it safer. As if hallway was not simply outside in training. A different human came through the house. Footsteps, a voice, a shift in air, and for a moment the front door opened. Only for a moment. Only long enough for the outside to exhale into the hallway. Cold air, dust, distant grass, unknown cats, unknown threats, unknown food. Possibility. My ears flicked. My body moved before my thoughts caught up. It wasn't panic. It wasn't rebellion. It was something simpler and older than both. The world had opened, so I went. I looked back once. Bren's eyes widened, his mouth opened, a human making the face they make when reality fails to obey them. He stepped forward, he said my name. Socks. I could hear the hope in it like a leash made of sound. My paws found the edge. The open door was a cut in the universe, and I jumped through it. And then I was gone.